Welcome back, trackside. Once again, race fans here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Retro Kart League fires things off once again for a road course. It's going to be the American Grand Prix right here at Road American. What a better day to kick things off here at Road American, the American Grand Prix. Then on Veterans Day, want to give a big shout out to each and every one of you service men and women out there. Uh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Allowing us to do what we do week in, week out, day in and day out. And we're going to have some fast racing action here tonight from Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, the almost 4-mile 14 corner. Road America gonna put on quite a show here tonight. Open wheel action. It's the Lotus 79 machines here for the Retro Kart League. My goodness, a little choked up. Had to mute the mic there for a moment. We do apologize for that one. But first and foremost, how you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. So as the music slowly begins to fade away, we'll get the track information out the way and throw up some of those qualifying times over there to the left-hand side of your screen as we bring you some of the sights and sounds here from Road America. Qualifying session well underway, and we've got some fast times already being turned in. Let's go ahead and get that up over to the left-hand side. There you can see it. Johnny Hamby sitting top of the speed charts. Quick time here. And Road America 152.63 for that 15 machine. Top of the speed charts. Sean Langton right there with Marcellus Bruning, Don Hunter, and Bill Smitham rounding out your top 5. An extended qualifying session here tonight with just about 5 minutes remaining. Handful of newcomers in the field here tonight. We'll see how they all shake out, how they all run down here tonight. Nathan Ray checking in just outside of your top 5. He went to victory lane last week at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, the final oval track. Here in season number 1, we're going to have 4 weeks of road course action for you coming up before we crown our first season champion here with the Retro Kart League. And if you didn't notice, if you don't know about it, you can check down right in the description. You can get your very own commemorative? Yes, commemorative. I have trouble with that word, Dave. You need to stop that. You can find the link to the description to get your official Retro Kart League Season 1 calendar. The upcoming 2023 year coming up, so get yourself a fresh calendar for the new year. My goodness, tripping over to the tongue, and well, you got a big mouth like this, that tends to happen. All jokes aside, we've got ourselves about 15 drivers scheduled to roll off of the starting grid here tonight. Everybody going to be trying to chase down Mark Bruning. That 61 machine has been fast week in, week out. He sits top of the point standings. We'll get to some of that here in just a moment. And I tell you what, while we've got just a handful of moments left, why don't we go ahead and let's drop some of that qualifying information out of the way for just a brief second and bring you your championship standings coming into tonight's race here at Road America, the American Grand Prix. Marcellus Bruning, as we were mentioning, top of the point standings. pretty secure right now. A 30-point advantage over Johnny Hamby. Michael Taylor right there in third. Christopher Hamlake and Stephen Rossman are rounding out your top five. And outside of your top five, it's going to be pretty hard to run down those front two or three. But Bill Smith and Chris Brown, Austin Dabbs, all going to give it their best shot. Sean Langton looking to make up some points here tonight, running well in qualifying, well in happy hour as well. Langton second on the speed charts here in qualifying. And there you can see it starts to get a little bit more spread out from about 10th on back. Riley Fiddler heads back. Has not been here for the past 2 to 3 weeks, so RFH falling deep in the point standings. And well, that's pretty much going to be it. That's how it all looks coming into tonight's race. We'll see who walks away with the checkered flag and a victorious in victory lane here in the American Grand Prix. We'll take one more look at those speed charts. There you can see Hamby still top of the speed charts. Quick time 1:52.63 will be the pole position so far here tonight. And drivers already beginning to slowly file their way around the track on one of their final flying laps before we get set and ready for the starting grid and ready to roll off here tonight from this 14 turn 4 mile beautiful sprawling racetrack here in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. And Hamby gonna call it a close for his qualifying session. Sean Langton also gonna come down pit lane into the attention of his crew. So with that being said, looks like that's pretty much gonna do it for qualifying. As the track begins to fall silent, we'll transition ahead a little closer as we head trackside for your national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Oh yes, back track side qualifying already in the books. Jets flying over on a beautiful Veterans Day here in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, getting ready for the American Grand Prix tonight with the Retro Kart League snatching the pole position. Gonna line up and roll off of the front row. 15 of Johnny Hamby snatching pole position here for, I believe, the second or third time this season. We'll get to some of your starting lineup here in just a few moments. Drivers still making their way through a pre-race inspection as we get ready for this 1 hour timed event here tonight from Road America. That's right, lap count, it does not matter. Yellows, well, I want to say they don't matter either, but you better watch it if you see one of those yellow flags waving, because it's going to be local yellow only's pure road course rules here tonight at Road America. So staying on track, staying consistent is what's going to get you to the end of tonight's race, and you may be able to walk away with the checkered flag to boot. We'll see who has the skills, who has the speed to not just top the speed charts, but top their competitors here tonight. Final 4 races here in season number 1, so it's all coming to a head, and things are going to get hot and heavy here tonight at Road America. These open wheel Lotus 79 machines, crazy action. I can guarantee it. You will not be disappointed. So before we start, if you haven't already, you know what we're going to ask. Show these drivers some love and appreciation, and go ahead and drop them that thumbs up while you're here, while you're at it, while you've got some time. You might as well go ahead. You know you'll want to join us in that push to 3,000. Show these drivers that love and drop them the thumbs up. Click subscribe. Smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live. And we're ready to go live racing here from Road America. As we get a little closer to the track, there you can see drivers beginning to line up and get ready to roll here tonight from Road America. Oh, and you can hear the bells beginning to ring in the background. You know the sounds, you know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup in the American Grand Prix for the Retro Kart League. Starting inside row number 1, snatching the pole position moments ago inside of that 15 machine, Johnny Hamby. Just to his outside, the fast as always, number 30 of Sean Langton. Back in row number 2 here tonight, 61 of Marcellus Bruning. Your points leader will roll off third. Don Hunter in the 14 will line up to his outside in that 4th position. Last week's race winner. Rounding out your top 5, the 71 of Nathan Ray will roll off 5th, with Bill Smitham right beside him in that 6th position. Christopher Hamlink and Austin Dabbs making up row number 4. Row number 5 here tonight, the 86 of Brett Berkowitz. Kim Quick in the 81 going to round out the top 10. Aiden Alvecchio right there, that 64 machine. I believe this is Aiden's first venture out on the track with these Lotus 79 drivers right here in the Retro Kart League. Russ Lindbergh in the 63 right beside him, rolling off 12th. 13th here tonight from Road America belongs to the 62 of Sean Parker. Gregory Marks will finish out the 14-car field here tonight from Road America, and that's it. Your grid is set, line up, ready to roll, and ready to drop the hammer. We're going to come around the final few corners here and get ready to jump on the loud pedal and kick this thing off. Who you got leading it into turn 1, race fans? Well, let us hear it out there in TV land. Who's it gonna be? Will Johnny Hamby keep that top spot and beat Langdon into the corner, or will we see that 30 Copenhagen machine push the envelope? We're gonna get ready to find out, because drivers are gonna get ready to roll. And the pace car ready to duck off here in just a handful of moments. We're going to get ready to drop the hammer, and I couldn't agree with you more out there, Amy Hart. These drivers are going to have to face some of their biggest fears, just their competitors, but as well as the right-hand corners. A handful of road course races already in the bag this season, but we're going to have a 4-week stretch of road course action. If you ain't ready for some open wheel close road action, then I suggest you turn the channel. But before you go ahead and show these drivers that love and drop that thumbs up. You know you want to. It's right there. I mean, right there. Go ahead and do it. You know you want to. It's right there. Fans on the hillside getting a glimpse of these machines for the final time at a slow pace. They're going to have to keep their eyes open. Don't blink. The action is going to be hot and heavy. No DRS, no push to pass, although you may see some of those DRS bullards out there letting these drivers know, well, if you had it, you could use it. But here, old school style racing, very primitive in these Lotus machines. Basically, you got the suspension and the engine in a wheel. No bells and whistles. No weight jackers, no nothing. Run what you brung. Great old school feel here in the Retro Kart League. Season number 2 getting ready to roll at you here in about a short, I believe, 7 to 8 weeks. So about 2 months time. You will see these drivers hit the track for season number 2. But first, we got to crown a champion here in season 1. Final 4 races of the season to determine who walks away with the crown. The iRacing safety Porsche car gets ready to get out the way this time around, and we're going to get ready to drop the hammer as the music will come to a close. Driver's going to roll into the restart zone. Very distinguishing front stretch uphill and on the gas. Green flag flies. Merica snatching the early race lead. Look at that, Hamby. He's not going to leave anything to chance. Hamby going to walk away in the turn without anybody challenging. Sean Langdon right there. Marcellus Blooming going to take that third position. Doesn't look like anybody making any moves so far here. We'll jump around through the field in just a handful of moments, trying to bring you all the action that we can. Field already beginning to stretch out. There you can see Aiden out back beyond. He's just a little bit behind the pace already. That's 64, a handful of seconds behind. We'll see if Aiden can catch back up with this field. Everybody gingerly on the brakes for the first time here. Back into the uphill left-hand corner. Everybody clean and clear so far. No trouble for anybody. Let's take a look here at Nathan Ray. There you can see Ray making his way off of the corner, trying to run down that invalid number 14 machine of Don Hunter. Ray rounding out your top 5. Can last week's race winner get back to the point and back to victory lane? Can he go back-to-back visits? We've seen Marcellus Bruning go back-to-back visits to victory lane. Can Ray be the only other driver duplicate that? It looks like we've got some off-track moments here. Aiden Alvecchio going to have an off-track moment. Bill Smitham also going off-track for a brief moment. Smitham being able to correct the ship and right the way and head back in the right direction. And we're going to take a look back. Let's take a look right here. Let's watch this battle unfold between the Sparco 86 machine and the 82 of Christopher Homling. Then you can see Christopher Hemlick just out in front of the 82 Scotch. Lotus 79 machine heading back up the hill, and just like that, lap number 1 going to go in the bag. iRacing predicting 24 laps to go. We'll see how close they get it. We'll see how close they can hit those projections on the head. Meanwhile, back up at the front of the field, let's not forget about the drivers up front battling for second and third right now. The 30 of Sean Langton and Marcellus Bruning going at it second and third. They've been nose to tail all race long. Big wiggle Big wiggle there from Langdon. That's going to open up the door for Bruni. Bruni not able to capitalize. And we got a spin in the back. Christopher Hamley going to go around. At 3 in the Scotch number 82 machine. Careful, careful. Don't back up into that rear wing. That will put it into the night. But man, Hamlin going to have to wait for the entire field to go by. So from inside of your top 5. Now, oh, and the tires. Oh, and it's gonna be the end. That is not a good look there for that 82. I tell you what, let's see how it all happened. Let's see how it all went down here. We'll take one more look at it. There you can see heading down into the corner. There's that 82, and here comes. Was there any contact? No, just on the rumble strip, and that's how it all began. That's how it all started to go sour for the 82, and just like that, trouble on the track for Hamlin. We'll jump back live once again with your race leader, front of the field, Johnny Hamby. Is showing the way. Sean Langton right there still sitting in that second position. Marcellus Bruning back in a third. Top 3 stepping away. Don Hunter not too far off, but that 14 sits back in the 4th position. There you can see that Valvoline number 14 machine. Big advantage for Hunter over Berkowitz. Brett in that 86 machine rounding out your top 5. Austin Dabbs about a second and a half back from him. Bill Smitham, Nathan Ray, Kim Quick, and Sean Parker round out your top 10 early here from Road America. Everybody chasing after Johnny Hamby. He's led every single lap, and he's going to win the fastest lap in the race last time around, a 1:52.74. That is almost a half a second faster than his fellow competitor. So Hamby, very comfortable out front with a lot of clean air on the nose of his machine. And speaking of the nose of his machine, why don't we take a little look? What do you say we jump on board here? Another look at these simplistic, rugged, I don't want to call it plain, but no bells and whistles. You can see it right there. Even the tack, the old style of tacks, everything about these cars and about this league brings you back to those old school days of great open wheel action of the 80s and early 90s. I know what some of you are saying out there in TV Land, Dave, the 90s, old school, really? And well, at this point in time, you got to think about it, race fans. I mean, that's over 30 years ago. 1990 is over 30 years ago. My, how time flies when you've got some great racing action to keep ourselves occupied with as we watch race leader Johnny Hamby continue to hold the top spot. We'll jump back outside of the car and watch your top 4 set sail as gaps begin to develop through your top 4. I'll tell you what, let's jump back a little further through the field. Let's take a look right here at this 55 of Bill Smith, and he's starting to close in on the 2 of Austin Dabbs as Dabbs does his best Magic Man impression. And how about that big K? If that's not a retro feel on an old school car, I don't know what is. How many of you out there in TV Land, how many remember Kmart? How many of you remember going shopping, like truly shopping at Kmart? If you're up there in the age department, kind of like myself, you remember those days. What about the Sears catalogs as well? Do you remember those? I bet you do. I know I do, but nonetheless, I know I've got a job to do, and that's going to be bring you to some of these great camera shots from around the track. Some action out there up at the front. Johnny Hamby beginning to have some company. Sean Langdon starting to close in. Oh, well, we got trouble. The 86 of Brett Berkowitz. Big time trouble for Berkowitz. Oh man, that's gonna put a damper on his day. And I tell you what, let's take a look. Oh my goodness, that could have been close right there. I tell you what, let's go See if we can't catch a look and see what happened here to Brett. He's going to have a slow roll. Oh, and on the grass. Oh, my gosh. Whoa. That is a hard hit right there. Very hard lick. And just like that, you overstep one little bit, and that's all it takes. That's all she rode. Hard impact there for Berkowitz, and he's going to have to head right down to pit lane. Looks like we've already had 2 retirements here tonight. Gregory Marks and Sean Parker both listed down and out of tonight's race. While racing continues to try to stretch it out, but Sean Langton not allowing him to do so. Langton turning in the fastest time of the race. Last time around, he's gonna do it a little bit better. A 1:52.38, over 2/10 faster than Hamby's quickest time so far here tonight. Yeah, I don't like calling it wipeouts and things like that, but I mean, you overstep the track limits, and that's what's great about these road courses, or some of these older road courses. Not a lot of room for error. You don't have a lot of that paved runoff area. Very close quarters, kind of like street course racing. And all it takes is a half of a tire width. Oh, you almost seen Sean Langton become our next victim. You can see the tail end get a little happy there. As they head up the hill and back across the start-finish line, we'll head back down into turn 1. Here comes the field once again. I mean, that's how quick it can happen. One slight misstep, one mishap, and you can find yourself throwing away a great night and a great race as we continue to watch these drivers trying to chase down your pole sitter here tonight. 14 of Don Hunter starting to struggle a little bit on the pace. He's starting to fall off as your top 3 starting to really step away from the rest of the field. They'll head uphill to the left-hand turn number 6. There you can see that RCA 15 of Johnny Hamby continuing to show the way. Turn 6, 7, 8, 9 coming right up at you. Quick succession. Down into the corner. That's a very tough braking zone right there. A lot of people don't give that braking zone as much credit as they should. But a very tough little braking zone right there. Downhill, left hand. Drivers gotta really be on it as they head through turns number 10. Up here through the kinks and down the backstretch. Heading towards Canada Corner. As we roll across the track, there you can see drivers beginning to make their way right here to Canada Corner. Down into turn number 13 and one more turn to go. Final corner for race leader Johnny Hamby. He's going to bring the field back around turn number 14 and back up the hill. When will we see drivers head to pit lane? We'll have to see what the strategy is going to be like. iRacing predicting 25 laps overall here tonight, so I wonder if drivers are looking at possibly splitting the race in half and maybe coming a bit road at about lap 12 or 13. We'll see who has what strategies here in the next handful of laps. And as we wait to watch the strategies unfold, we're going to keep it right here. These are the closest battles for position on the track at this point in time. But first, a little bit of house cleaning and water. 14 drivers took to the starting grid here tonight. We have still got 10 out there on the track for those 10 drivers still on the lead lap. Brett Berkowitz, you see them have the issues, have the trouble, and it's going to put it into his night. Russ Lindbergh also out of tonight's race in that 63 machine. The 62 of Sean Parker also down and out here tonight. Parker will walk away with 13 here tonight from below to Merica. Gregory Marks in the 11. Going to roll off the starting grid in 14th, and he'll finish in 14th here tonight after some engine troubles keeps him from being able to get onto the racetrack for the start of tonight's race. a quick 7 laps into tonight's feature event. 1 hour timed event here tonight. The lap count does not matter, so as you continue to watch that 19 laps to go up there, it's going to change. It's going to be pretty fluid and almost overstepping as your race leader, Johnny Hamby. And right around now, if you're familiar with these Lotus machines, you know, right here, right around now, anywhere from about lap 7 to really lap 10, somewhere in that range, that's when you're going to really feel the tire fall off. That's when you're really going to notice the grip is starting to go away. So as we continue to lay down these laps, tell you what, let's go ahead and drop the track map onto the screen for you. Let you try to follow along and find your driver out there on the track. There you can see your race leader highlighted with that green circle around his number. Sean Langdon sitting right behind him in second. Marcellus Bruni still rounds out your podium here tonight from Road America. John Hunter and Austin Dabbs finishing out your top 5. 71 of Nathan Ray just now making his way into turn number 1 down the short chute and into turn number 2. Bill Smith right there with him, the 55. Ken Quick in the 81 machine sits in the 8th position. Christopher Ramlinkin, Aiden El Vecchio round out your 10-car field, still out on track. Tell you what, why don't we go on board? Do we got another on board, guys? We got one? All right, let's go with an on board camera shot here, looking over the right shoulder of Sean Langdon, driver sitting in that second position, the 30 Copenhagen machine trying to close in on Hamby, your race leader. Gonna run a little bit wide there, put the power down, skate away from Langdon. Just listen to these guys work this throttle. And we got trouble on the track. Don Hunter has some issues. Oh no. The 14 has had an issue. Let's go back. Let's see what happened here with Hunter. Coming through the final corner. He's going to gas it up a little bit too early. No harm, no foul. A good year of Valvoline number 14 machine. Going to have a self-spin. Tires are going to be pretty angry at him, but other than that, for the wear at this point in time. Hunter going to be in a solid 4th position. Austin Dabbs continues to round out your top 5. Go back to the front, back to your closest battle, back to the battle for the race lead. Sean Langdon right there heating him up, trying to take the position away from Hamby. We'll take a look off in the back end. Take a look at this camera shot. Race fans looking through the rear spoiler and just over the gearbox, looking back at that Copenhagen number 30 machine of Sean Langdon. Marcellus Bruni off in the distance. There you can see that Duracell blonde bullet, number 61 of Bruni. Your points leader, having a great day here tonight, sitting in the 3rd position, or rolled off 3rd from the starting grid, and that's where he has maintained all night long. Great camera work here. We do appreciate each and every one of these teams allowing us to come out here and put some of these great cameras to provide some great action shots here tonight from Road America, a 4-mile road course here nestled in beautiful Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. We've got some really good road courses coming up here in the next handful of weeks as well. We're going to be visiting Ohio. We're going to be going from the How about Watkins Glen? Classic Watkins Glen coming up. What a beautiful racetrack, and especially for these open wheel machines. And you can see these drivers struggling with the grip. You can see that 15 sliding through the corner that time around. And that's going to open the door for Sean Langdon. He's going to be right there. He's going to look to the inside, will make the move, and he's going to make the pass. Downhill braking zone, hard left-hand corner. He's going to make it stick. A little bit of a wiggle out of the tail end. and new race leader for the first time here tonight from Road America. Sean Langley going to take that top spot away. So the man that started second and now runs point. You can see big wiggles out of the tail end of these machines when you gas up just a little bit too soon. They get I don't even want to say a little bit tail happy. These things get all sorts of out of shape to get on the gas after a long point in time. And I tell you what, looks like we've got some trouble. We've got trouble on the track. Once again, Nathan Ray has got some issues, and he's going to be heading to pit lane. Big time trouble here for last week's race winner. Nathan Ray has some problems, has some issues. As we await the battle for second and third, what do you say we go backwards in time? We can time travel if we want to, just saying. Let's go check the replay real fast. Here we go, and up, overstepping it. Oh my gosh, hard impact pretty much breaks that right front. You can see it not really wanting to turn at all. Rear of the car looking at a little askew. Big time trouble here tonight for last week's race winner. We're not in New Hampshire anymore. Nathan Ray not on the track anymore. That's going to spell trouble for Ray. Looks like he will have an extended stay on pit lane, or that very well may put an end to his American Grand Prix here tonight from Road America. You're watching the Retro Kart League live here on Turn 3 Racing Network. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We're going to stay right here with all the great racing action as you see Marcellus Boone trying to work his way around the RCA 15 of Johnny Hamby. We're not going to have any commercial breaks. We paid all the sponsors already, and we're ready to roll to the end of tonight's race. If you're here, while you're here, while you're watching, if you haven't already, scroll down in that description. Go ahead and click that link. You can head on over to the website and pick yourself up a 2023 Retro Kart League calendar. That's right, league owner putting some calendars out for not just the drivers but also the race fans out there in TV land. So go ahead and support your favorite driver helping out the league. Head on down in the description, click the link, get yourself your very own official Retro Kart League calendar. Bruning was challenging for that second position since Hamby has been able to regain a little bit of grip, maybe some graining going on as running wide that time around. Langdon gonna run wide. Allow Hamby back by and give Bruning an opportunity. Heading down the front stretch down into turn one. Advantage goes to Bruning. It's a hot and heavy battle for your top three positions. What will Bruning do late on the brakes here? He's gonna slide to the inside and take that second spot. Look like Langdon is going to try crossover close into turn number two for both of those drivers. As we see a handful hitting the pit lane. Looks like the 64 of Aiden Alvecchio going to come to pit road. Austin Dabbs pulling to pit road for what should be his scheduled stop of the night. That's going to be on lap number 11 for Dabbs. Bill Smitham also right there going by. Smitham going to stay out on track here for lap number 12. Track position is key. Track position is king. We're at Road America. Kim Flint rounding out the drivers in that sixth position that have yet to come to pit lane for their first and what should be their only stop of the race. Drivers gonna have to make at least one trip down the pit lane. Is anybody gonna play the short game? Will we see somebody possibly play the long game? Try to stretch it out a little bit. Looks like Bruning has got some pretty fresh tires. Haven't seen a lot of sliding or struggling out of that Duracell blonde bullet number 61 machine as he sits to that second spot, up one position from where he qualified, back from third up to second. As Bruni been saving tires, sitting awaiting for his opportunity to pounce, and it looks like a little more trouble back through the field. As it looks like Hamlin has a little off-track moment. Bill Smitham also with a little bit of an off-track moment. Nathan Ray still out in the pit box. He's still trying to fix that 71 machine to see if he can't get back out on the track. And here we go. We've got lap traffic in front of your race leaders, and they're going to step right on out of the way. Stepping right out of the way. Not wanting to be in the way. And what a turnaround, right? I mean, from up near the front to troubles here tonight, the 3M Scotch number 82. Christopher Hamblin has issues, has troubles, now listed a 1 lap down in the 8th position. It's going to be hard pressed for him to get himself to gain too many positions here. I mean, you may be able to pick off Cole Cook or possibly Austin Dabbs, but both of those drivers also already coming down pit lane and looking at the timing and scoring. It doesn't look like Hamlin has got the speed inside of that 82 to get up there and take even that 7th position away from Quick. As Quick begins to roll off of pit road and get back up to speed, he'll enter turn number 2. As Hamlin right there in between turns 1 and 2, not going to be able to run him down so quick. Will secure that 7th position for the time being. Here comes Marcellus Bruni. Bruni going to head to pit road. 61 coming to pit road. First driver inside of your top 5 to go ahead and head down pit lane. Let's take a look at race leader Johnny Hamby. Does Hamby come to pit road this time around after setting a new fastest lap of the race? Hamby gonna go from the pole position back to third, back to second, back to third, back to the point. And he's going to lay down the fastest lap of the race so far here tonight of 1:52.24 now. The fast time in a race trim. We'll have to keep that in mind. And we will keep a watch on an eye on the stopwatch as Bill Smitham also brings his 55 machine down to pit lane, down to the attention of his pit crew. I'll tell you what, we're going to go ahead and drop this track map out of the way for you for just a handful of moments as we continue to watch the open wheel action here tonight from Road America. You're watching the American Grand Prix with the Retro Kart League. Down through the gears and sliding through the corner. Fortunately enough, he was able to keep it on that pavement. If he had a slid into the kitty litter, it was going to be a bad, bad slide. Your top 2 looks like they're going to stay out on the track. Top 2 going to stay out on the track, continue around this 4-mile course. As Bruning, well, he pitted from third. Or I apologize, pitted from second. He's going to come back out in that 4th position, still a little bit of a ways in front of Austin Dabbs. So already your podium drivers separating themselves from the rest of the field. The cream is rising to the top. Don Hunter in the 14 going to head to pit road for his only pit stop needed for the evening. Sean Langdon now going to one-up Hamby, and he's going to lay down the fast time. New fast time here in race trim belonging to Sean Langdon, up 1:52.16. That is absolutely getting it. And these Lotus 79 machine, these drivers upwards of 160 miles an hour, over 40, 50, 60 miles an hour, depending on which corner they're rolling through. Some of them completely flat out here tonight. Well, I hope it's in it too, because if you find yourself running off in it, you might be a little stinky in the seat. Just saying. Now only your top two yet to hit pit road for their only pit stop of the evening, as race leaders begin to close in on that 64 of Aiden Alvecchione. Alvecchione listed a 1 lap down here tonight, but still soldiering on, still going to walk away with a solid top 10 finish here in his debut race. So Alvecchione, and oh, look at this! He's going to keep himself on the lead lap. How about that? Hamby and Langdon gonna break off of the racetrack, and Aiden Alvecchione gonna dodge a bullet. He's gonna keep himself on the lead lap. We'll see how long that Auto Express number 64 can walk away into the sunset. We'll see if he can't close in possibly here on Bill Smitham, who was also listed a 1 lap down. Christopher Hamlink is still on the lead lap, but just ever so slightly. So it looks like we'll continue to have 7, now make that 8 drivers on the lead lap, as Smitham has been able to get up and around your race leaders who are rolling off of pit road. Hamby and Langdon, there you can see them back up to speed, still hot on the trail. Is Langdon. Kenny run them down at the front, losing a little bit of time during that pit cycle exchange. And we're going to take a look at this pit road delta. Let's take a look here. Everybody with about the same pit box times, all at about that 7.5 second time. A 47.45 by Marcellus Bruning, and he is by far a half a second faster than your top two with his pit road delta. So he got on and off of pit road very quickly, and a lot better than his fellow competitors, but it has not translated into track position. For the battle in front, Bruning to reel him in. We've got about 30 minutes remaining to find out. iRacing saying 10 more laps. I think we're going to get about another 12 laps in here. Already 16 laps into tonight's race. I think we're going to see ourselves get another at least 10, get at least another 12. Whoa, and there, oh no. Oh man. Close racing action. You've seen it happen right in front of your eyes, right on screen, front and center. Let's go back. Let's check this replay. Hard racing action there. You can see a little overstep onto the grass. He's going to run wide, clip the grass again, and oh my gosh. That is a hard hit. Hard lick there for Johnny Hamby, your pole sitter, dominant car here tonight. You can see already into the grass right there, overstepping just a little bit once again, running wide, and there it is. And around we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. Going to be facing backwards when it's all over with. And that looks like it may put it into the night for Johnny Hamby. So from the pole position to leading the most laps to out of the race, Johnny Hamby gonna head to the hauler. The 15 tore up after close racing action right here with the new race leader, the Copenhagen number 30 of Sean Langdon, going to take the top spot away. Close racing action, no contact, no forcible moves, nothing for the race stewards to overlook. No indications, no worries, no needs for any investigations. You can see it there in the replay with the few angles we had, just overstepping with those left sides, and it came back to haunt him in the end. You can do it once, you can do it twice, 3 times in 2 corners, and the track fairy gonna make you pay for that one. And paying big time is Johnny Hamby. He's gonna be listed down and out of tonight's American Grand Prix right here from Road America at Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. You're watching the Retro Kart League. I like it. I hope Road America doesn't reflect America's healthcare system for the drivers in cars too. Well, I'm not sure about these open wheel machines, but there's somebody that tries to save some of the broke down, beaten up, worse for the wear race cars around the country. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has the famous NASCAR graveyard. A lot of generations of torn up machines in that graveyard. A lot of different styles, late model machines. He's got some trucks, some of the Xfinity Series machines, as well as multiple Cup cars all through. Man, these drivers are flirting with disaster. Did you see how close Langdon was to overstepping and putting the left sides off of the track and into the grass? That's been the key. That's been the common theme here tonight, is drivers overstepping those track limits and getting those left sides off track. And once you get the slipping and sliding from an off-track grassy moment, well, it's a bad day from there on out. A little less than 30 minutes remaining here tonight from Road America and the American Grand Prix for the Retro Kart League. Sean Langdon inheriting the race lead after a hot and heavy battle with your pole sitter, former race leader Johnny Hamby, now down and out of tonight's race. Still trying to fix that machine up on Pear Road, but I don't think he's going to get that 15 back out on track after that heavy, significant, hard impact with both ends of the machine. I believe that Lotus is done for the day. Nathan Ray also out there, no quitting his crew. He's out there beating, banging, thrashing away. They've got sledgehammers, chainsaws, pry bars, anything that you can think of underneath that kitchen sink. Ray trying to get the 71 back out on track as well, trying to finish out tonight's race, but I don't think he's going to get his Lotus out on track as well. That'll be Brett Berkowitz, Russ Lundberg, Sean Parker, and Gregory Marks are rounding out the field here tonight. So with 8 drivers still out on track, 7 left on the lead lap, no more pit stops to be had. Lap number, I believe it's going to be lap number 18 now for race leader Sean Langdon, who came to pit road back on lap number 15. 15 laps on the fuel and tires. They went just around that halfway point before they came to pit road, so almost splitting this thing directly in half. Just over the halfway point. And I don't know, I don't think anybody's going to catch Langdon. I think Langdon is going to have to be a victim of his own demise for Bruning to catch back up. Well, it started to look like a good battle between these two drivers prior to that green flag pit stop cycle. Bruning lost a little bit in the exchange, surprisingly enough to us. Lost a little bit during that pit exchange. Even though he was over a half a second faster than Langdon, he's given up over a second in that transition, so it's got us scratching our heads just a little bit. No off-track excursions for that 61 or the 31, so neither driver giving up any time there to each other. A little bit of a head scratcher at Hal Langdon, even though he was about a half a second slower. He was able to come out front with a bigger advantage than when Bruni peeled off and went to pit lane, but nonetheless, tell you what, let's go ahead and do some driver highlights and spotlights. What do you say we get a little closer to some of these Lotus machines? Working his way through the kinks and around the backside of this track inside of the Copenhagen number 30, showing the way out front in first. The 30 of Sean Langdon looks for yet another race win. Langdon on the point in first. Back in second here tonight in the American Grand Prix, right here from Road America, the Duracell Blonde Bullet number 61 machine of Marcellus Prunin in a solid second place position. There you can see Aiden El Vecchione gonna stay to the left-hand side of the track. Stay on the track, Aiden, on the track. Woo, getting a little squirrely, a little off track. You can see some grass being kicked up, and that is what you don't want. You don't want any grass on these hot bridgestones, because it's going to make you slide around a little bit. But nonetheless, back to the running order. And Marcellus Bruning sitting in a solid second up one spot from where he qualified here tonight. Bruning in the podium. Once again, Don Hunter right here rounding out your podium positions inside that Valvoline number 14 machine. The Goodyear STP driver had an early moment. He was able to recover, but he is well behind the pace right now, over 16 seconds off of your race leader. Don Hunter gonna round out your podium as they go right here at Road America. Austin Dabbs sitting back in the fourth position in the American Grand Prix. A little bit of a quiet night for Dabbs so far here, but still up 4 positions from where he qualified. A little bit of Magic Man moments once again. Now you see him, now you don't. Dabbs doesn't see anybody around. He's got a pretty secure 4th position, and now back to 5th place runner. Rounding out your top 5, the 81 of Kim Quick. Trying to look through the time he's scoring. It doesn't look like Quick can have any challenges anytime soon. So if the 81 can just keep it on track and keep it consistent, looks like the 81 will walk away with 5th place points here tonight. We'll run back through the rest of the field out on track. There you can see the 82 of Christopher Hamlink, who had early spin, self-spin, and Hamlink, one of the few drivers to have a wreck but have no damage. Hamlink looking to try to turn his night around, knocking on the door of a top 5, but he's got quite a stretch to catch up, to get to Quick to grab that 5th position. We'll see if he can get the job done. A little further back through the field, let's go check in on this 55 of Bill Smitham. Smitham listed as the first driver, a 1 lap down, sitting in that 7th position. Man, I really like this car. Smitham with I don't want to say a plain Jane, but just a nice, simple paint scheme. 55 running well here tonight. A little bit of a quiet night, no real big moments here for Smitham as he continues to run inside of your top 10. Last man out on the track. Let's go take a look at Charleston, South Carolina's very own Aiden El Vecchione, driver out of Charleston, South Carolina. Hey, it's a fellow South Carolina native out there on the track, and well, I'm glad you're out there and I'm up here, because I would have been into the infield care center. I can assure you that these machines at this track, just a little bit of a handful. Fortunately enough, we've got a couple of cutaway cars because, well, they had to cut me away from the car after I was out there earlier today. So glad I'm leaving the racing up to the professionals, and glad to run down your highlights and spotlights, your top 8. All the drivers left here at a Road America. Everybody chasing after the man out front, the man showing the way, man in that first position. Still with a 1.8 second advantage, turning in the fastest lap of the race last time around. That's the 30 of Sean Langdon. And iRacing saying we've got 3 laps to go, but I'm smoking trouble on track. Christopher Hamlink has issues. Hamlink gonna go around for a second time. Hamlink gonna go around for a second time. We're gonna see if we've got that one. Can we get that one, fellas? Do we got it? We got it? All right, well, let's go to the turn 3 drone cam for this latest footage. Let's go back, check the replay. There you can see through the corner, over rotating, and around he goes. Second time this 82 has been able to have a spin and not hit anything. He's got to be the luckiest. Whoa! Right in front of Bill Smitham. I'm sure Smitham may need a fresh pair of pants after that one, but Hamlin, one of the only drivers to have 2 separate spins and not hit a thing. I think he may need to go grab himself a lottery ticket after tonight's race, being able to have 2 separate incidents with no contact and no trouble. Hamlin gonna fall further behind race leaders, as he's now listed back in the 7th position, right where he qualified after making a surge to the front, knocking on the door of a podium for just a moment. Hamlin has trouble, recovers, and more trouble. We're here tonight from Road America. Final few laps remaining here tonight. Final few minutes rolling off of the stopwatch here from Road America. You're watching the American Grand Prix with a Retro Kart lead. Caps all through the field. Everybody spread out as we come down to less than 10 minutes remaining. I believe these drivers are going to have time to get possibly another 5 laps in the bag before we see an end of the night. Oh, and Austin Dabbs going to come back to pit road. Austin Dabbs coming back down to pit road. Not sure what the strategy is here for the 2. He's going to give up at least 2 positions here. And he may fall out of your top 5. And we're going to see the white flag fly. White flag flies final lap here tonight. So iRacing hitting it right on point, catching us a little off guard here tonight. We're going to go ahead and see the white flag fly. 1 more lap to go. So Langdon, only 10 more corners to capture his checkered flag here tonight in the American Grand Prix. Once again, happy Veterans Day to all you out there watching. Happy Veterans Day to every single one of our servicemen and women that so selflessly joined our military ranks to help give us the opportunities to do what we love and enjoy all the freedoms that we have. Hats off, and a big thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I know everybody else here at Turn 3's heart, for all that you do for us, not just in the past, not just in the present, but also in the future. We wish every one of you well. If you know a veteran, reach out to them, let them know they are cared for, that they are loved. Scary, bad little number we're going to throw it out there, but over 22 Veterans Day do end their own lives for many different reasons across the spectrum. So if you know a veteran, let them know you're out there, let them know you're there for them, and let them know that you care and appreciate everything that they've been through and have done so you can enjoy the things you enjoy, as we've enjoyed a great race here tonight from Road America. Up the hill for the final time, checkered flag waves, and Sean Langdon gonna put that Copenhagen number 30 at the front and capture the flag. Marcellus Bruning with a good run. He's gonna cross the line in second. Don Hunter looking to round out the podium positions. Up the hill for the final time, back across the stripe, and the Valvoline 14 machine will roll away with a podium finish here as well. So a great night, great race for all of these drivers. Kim Quick coming through the final few corners here. The Rolfman 81 machine gonna come up the... he's about half of the track away from being finished here tonight. And yeah, it's gonna be quite a finish here though for Quick. Looking at the timing and scoring, started all the way back in the 10th position. The 81 is going to gain 6 positions and walk away in fourth. So a great run up through the field. Biggest mover of the race here tonight, Kim Quick in the 81. Rolfman, Lotus 79 machine. So big shout out to Quick for all the positions picked up here tonight. Jump back out front. Take a look at your race winner. Getting down out there, burning it down for all the race fans. Around the track, we'll take a look at second place runner Marcellus Bruning as he enjoys a good, solid, cool down lap and yet another great finish here tonight. What a night for that Duracell Blonde Bullet number 61 machine. Don Hunter already crossing the line, rounding out your podium here tonight. So I tell you what, as drivers begin to head back to the front stretch and all the fans in the stands right there, giving them all a photo opportunity, we're going to take a brief moment, get things set up ready for your post-race interview. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside here at Road America at the conclusion of yet another great night, great race here from Road America in the American Grand Prix. Are you gonna see if we can't catch up and have a few words with some of the drivers walking away in podium positions? Let's go ahead. Let's see if we can't grab a word or two with the man inside of that Dorsal Blonde Bullet machine, walking away with yet another podium here tonight, finishing in second. Once again, inside of that 61, Marcellus Bruning. It's Dave. How you doing, man? Let's try it again. Mark, it's Dave. You got us?
Can you hear me?
We got you now. There you go. Sometimes you gotta blow on the plug, yo.
Yeah.
Man, how you doing? How you feeling after a great race, great run here from Road America?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good race up front. Johnny and both Sean and me, I think we were all pretty equal. They were maybe a little bit faster here and there, but I didn't get the chance to take advantage of any mistakes that were made. I got really close to Sean in the beginning there, but I was kind of playing it safe. It was a long way to go. It was extremely slippery out there with a very hot track. So, to finish first, you first got to finish, and finishing was really more my priority than to beat him. I'm trying to think big picture. Obviously, I'm leading the championship with a pretty good margin, and finishing on the podium just keeps extending on that.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, you're gonna extend that points lead heading into the final few weeks here in season number one. But let's talk about this pit strategy. You came to pit road earlier than your fellow competitors you were in a heated battle right there. You top three were all over each other. You came to pit road early. You had one of the fastest pit road deltas, but it looked like you somehow lost some time.
Yeah, the problem is that before the pit stop, my tires were going off and I was slip sliding around. So I figured, I get the only chance I have to do anything to those guys right now is to go and pit early, and then hopefully those cold tires will warm up and stick as fast as they can, and maybe I can get in between them or in front of them and make them do the hard work. But it was kind of a long shot because on the cold tires on this hot track also, you can't go all out on those cold tires. So it kind of was a long shot and it didn't really work out, but it was worth a try.
Well, you mentioned a hot, slippery track. We've seen some off track moments for a handful of drivers. How were you able to keep it on the pavement?
Well, part of it is just keeping it safe. And like I said, early on, I had an opportunity when Sean made a few small mistakes right behind each other, and we were going down there to, I think it was at the end of the second straight there, where I had a little bit of an opportunity, but I was just really playing it safe. I'd rather finish third. My whole mindset, the whole race was I would rather finish third than not finish at all. Just again, looking at the big picture.
Yeah, absolutely. With chasing after a championship, you gotta have and you gotta see the big picture, and you were able to do that here tonight from inside the cockpit and walk away with a great finish. So, once again, Mark, congratulations on a great podium finish. Before we let you go, you want to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Once again, you, Dave, for doing this for us. I think you're doing a great job. I want to thank all the other guys for showing up. We had a few new names here that saw my advertisements on Reddit and on Facebook and you name it, and they showed up. So that's great for the series. I think. I hope we can grow it a little bit. And again, thanks for everybody for coming. And I thought it was a great race.
Absolutely. We got to agree with you there. Mark, always a great race here with these open wheel Lotus machines. So until next week, my man, stay safe and keep it fast.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Final few parting words for the man that walks away second here tonight in that Duracell Blonde Bullet number 61. Your points leader. Gonna gain a little more ground over his fellow competitors as he searches for that season number one crown. Will he be able to do it? We'll have to wait another 3 weeks to find out. Marcellus Bruning gonna finish tonight's American Grand Prix back in second, and that's gonna move us right along in the running order, and we're gonna head right into victory lane. Let's see if we can catch up with Sean Langdon. It's Dave. You got us?
Hey, Dave.
Hey, my man. Another visit to victory lane. How you feeling after this road course win?
These things on road courses, man, they wear you out. You really got to drive them. That was an amazing battle we had between Johnny and Marcellus. Unfortunately, Johnny wrecked it on the kink, which is not that hard to do. I had some moments on the kink myself, but really respectful battle. We were having a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you there. It looked like you had a handful of moments where you may have been white knuckle. I mean, I know you got gloves on in these machines, but I'm sure inside of the gloves, those knuckles were pretty white a handful of times. How were you able to keep the car underneath you after it was one to twitch and step out a little?
Yeah, I thought my race was over coming off the last corner and coming up the hill. There was one huge moment. I had to go complete left lock on the wheel, and I was just getting ready to hold the brake so I didn't wreck those guys. And somehow it came around and feathered the throttle back and kept going back in third place. And yeah, I didn't have a lot of practice, so I was a little twitchy there, and I just really had to just drive my butt off to keep up with Johnny there in the first stint. He was really doing a good pace up there up front.
Yeah, really good battle there right before the round of pit stops happened between you top three, yourself, Marcellus, and Johnny. You guys were going at it hot and heavy. After that, you and Johnny seemed to be the only two left in that battle, and then, unfortunately enough for him, he had an issue. But one man's misfortunes is another one's jackpot, I guess to say, and you were able to capitalize and keep it clean and on the pavement here tonight. So as we look forward here, Sean, we've got three more road course races left in the season. Out of those three upcoming, which one do you think we may be able to see you back in victory lane? Do you think you'll do it at Mid Ohio, maybe Laguna Seca, Watkins Glen? Which one you got on the calendar?
I think we got a shot to run up front in all three of them, but my home track is Laguna Seca. I live up in Northern California, so that's kind of I got a lot of laps on that track on the Sims, and so we got the hometown crowd will be rooting for me there. I love that track. I really enjoy the corkscrew, and that should be a handful in these cars, but I'm ready for it.
Yeah, that little over crested hill corkscrew spiral downhill. It's a crazy little corner, no matter what car you're in. And I'm sure these Lotus machines, once the tires start to wear in a little bit, it's gonna be a little bit tricky. But we're gonna hold you to it, man. You said you were gonna be good there, so we're gonna make sure. Or we're gonna see if you can make sure you walk away with another podium. I'm sure you won't disappoint us or your fans. But more importantly, Sean, congratulations on yet another checkered flag finish, walking away with yet another win here in season number 1. So before we let you go and celebrate the night away, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at your shop?
Just thanks, Marcellus, putting on this retro kart league. We're having a lot of fun driving these cars. Appreciate you, Dave, for broadcasting. You're doing a great job up there in the booth. And just want to say hi to my parents at home for watching. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right. Well, again, pleasure as always, Sean. And until next time, stay safe, keep it fast, and we'll meet you at Mid Ohio.
Have a good one.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from the man that walks away from the point. Second checkered flag on the season for Langdon. The 30 walks away at the front of the field at the end of tonight's American Grand Prix here at Road American. Once again, want to wish everybody out there watching a happy Veterans Day. If you have a family member, a friend, an acquaintance, a roommate, an accomplice, whatever you want to call them, that happens to have served in one of our many military branches, make sure you reach out and thank them for their service. We thank each and every one of you that have served from all of us here at Turn 3 Racing Network. Happy Veterans Day. And man, what a night, what a way To kick things off into the final leg of season number 1 here with the Retro Kart League, and that's pretty much going to do it for us. So as the producers hit those buttons in the background, you know the sounds, you know it's time for us to run down the unofficial race results here tonight from Road America, walking away with the checkered flag in hand, finishing on the point, the 30 of Sean Langdon. Marcellus Brunin going to parlay his way into a second place finish, and rounding out your podium here tonight, the 14 of Don Hunter. Kim Quick going to finish in 4th, with Bill Smith rounding out your top 5. Back in 6th tonight, Christopher Hemling. The 2 of Austin Dabbs going to finish tonight's race back in 7th. 8th place belongs to Aiden Alvecchione with Johnny Hamby. Your pole sitter, late race trouble in hard contact with the wall. Hamby gonna finish back in 9th. Last week's race winner at New Hampshire Motor Speedway had himself a little bit of a rough go at it here tonight. He'll finish 15 laps down. The 71 of Nathan Ray will round out your top 10. Brett Berkowitz back in 11th, with 12th place going to Russ Lindbergh. Sean Parker and Gregory Marks round out the running order here tonight from Road America. If you haven't already, scroll in that description, click that link, go get yourself one of the official Retro Kart League 2023 calendars just now on sale. You can find the link in the description right there. So as always, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Again, drop these drivers that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. From myself, Dave in the Cave, and everybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until then, we'll meet you in Turn 3.